Hello, every binary, and welcome to Monsterhearts 2, The Institute, as run on Gauntlet Hangouts. Gauntlet Hangouts is the Gauntlet is a place to find fellow role players who are very dedicated to the games and very fun to play with. All of these wonderful players you see aligned here are from the Gauntlet, and they have all added to this game immensely. So, I am Sawyer, also known as Ferret. I am facilitating this game, and the Institute is a small setting skeleton I'm trying to get into the Gauntlet Codices. If you like interesting additions to your RPG material, especially OSR and PBTA, check out the Gauntlet Codices. Uh, we will go in character keeper order as we introduce ourselves. So, Peter, would you introduce yourself and the wonderful character you're playing?
Yes. Hi, I'm Peter. I use he, him pronouns. Today, I'm playing Cisco. He's the Dragon Playbook, and he's basically everyone's best friend, which has both made things incredibly easy and incredibly complicated, like any high school. He's just kind of been trying to figure out, A, who his real friends are, and B, what his real feelings are towards some of those friends, including his best friend Margot, who when we last left this wonderful little group, he tried to ask her to the prom, and she said yes. So why does that feel like it still went wrong? Well, because things are uncomfortable and life is not. It's messy. Life is messy, and we will kind of zoom back in on that hopefully soon. Uh, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. But I'll turn it over to the next person.
Well, also, you now spit fire, don't you?
Oh, yes. I drop fat beats and have rhymes, and I'm kidding. No, I took an extra advance this session, and I now have the move I Am Wrath, which reads: you can lash out by breathing a deadly substance like fire or acid, or roar with really terrible force. If you do so, deal 1 extra harm. So, that won't backfire at all.
Luckily, the school has fire extinguishers. Yeah. Up next is Joe. Would you introduce yourself and your wonderful character?
Hi, I'm Joe. They, them, he, him. I'm playing Sylvia Swanson, the Hollow. She was formerly a action figure for a popular Gauntlet Comics superhero character, but now she's a living doll. So, but she's still got a 40s mindset, and because that's how magic works or something. I don't know. So she caused a bit of chaos last time with like the werewolf boy and between the dragon and the stuff, and now she's the head of the clique, the most powerful clique in the school, because she's the head of the cheerleading team.
Oh, dear lords, this can only go well. Diana, would you introduce yourself and your wonderful character?
Hola, everybody. I go by Diana Moon online. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing the Infernal, aka Mikhail Santos, they, him. Mikhail has a very complicated family. To gain power, he one-upped his sister and sold her soul to a dark power so that he could have some powers of his own. But his sister is constantly getting back at him despite beyond the pale. And they have some plans going on that may or may not be ruined by other plotting people.
How wonderful. And Rich, would you introduce the mascot of the Institute?
Hey, I'm Rich, he, him pronouns, and my character is the skin of the ferret made by Sawyer, one of my favorite Monsterhearts skins. However, Margot is a ghost. Now, remember, she is a ghost, but her skin is the ferret. I know it's a little mixy, but if she were just a regular ferret, she might not have been allowed into the Institute. So she died in order to get here, or maybe for some other reason entirely. Margot is a party girl. She has the ability to show up with a treat stash, and it doesn't matter where it came from. And she just purchased a brand new move, Ferratic. When she shuts people down, she can choose they find your antics clever, funny, or harmless instead of giving them a condition. So I'm pretty excited to get that into play. That is Margot. Oh, and she has complicated feelings about Cisco.
I believe Margot has complicated feelings about everything but drugs.
Butt drugs. As long as you added the butt drugs.
No, those are very good feelings. No, Peter. No. Damn it, Joe. Okay. It is going to be a bit of a time skip since last time. I'm going to say it has been 2 school days and the weekend, because the students do get a weekend off to go visit town and put more money in the Institute's pockets by buying beers illegally, which, as kids do. But it is now Monday, and the prom is this Saturday. And I think we're going to start off with the intro to the institute happens. Everyone's character is shown with their little intro. The music plays, and it starts off in this with this darkness, and like whatever this episode's name would be pops up, and you hear a familiar voice of Mikhail's sister, and just this bore, and like you can hear that rapping of fingers clicking one at a time on a table, and it's just make your move. Come on, you've never been shy about it before, and the camera the light comes up, and it's filmed with like a bit of like a Vaseline filter on the circles, so it indicates sort of a dream sequence. And Mikhail's sister is playing Jenga with him, and it's a very sketchy. Like they've been at it for a while. It looks like a sketchy tower, and she's just clicking her fingernails on the table, looking at him, and she seems not only unimpressed, but a bit pissed off, like she's been tasked with something, and without payment. So, Mikhail, what are you doing?
So we've been at this Jenga for a while, and was there a lot of near misses between the two of us as we were, or was it perfectly like we were?
I think like every time you pull out like the one of the sticks pulled out, like there's a whisper from the dark power. Like you can almost hear them telling you where to place it so it doesn't fall for right now. But like it looks very like it looks very rickety. Like there's those ones that are just held up by one stick.
Right.
It's built taller than it should be. Like all this, like the only thing that has 3 on them right now are the bottom. So there's a good foundation.
Right. I would be poking at that bottom one, the middle one, like very slowly and very like purposely, like more cautious than I normally would be.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know it'll piss her off because she's waiting. And like when it's halfway out, then I start like going to the other side, still not saying anything, even though she's, trying to goad me, before I finally go, spit it out. You can never hold your tongue, and I'm surprised you've done it for this long.
I have a message. The bird lied. It is a mockingbird, and it told you the story you wanted to hear. It desires the crown. It desires not to be a peahen, but a peacock, with everyone gawking at her.
I shouldn't be surprised, but I thought, that's what happens when I don't sleep with them. I don't get to fully understand them.
But there is a bit of an issue, and I think like you place your Jenga piece up there, and it is like wobble, 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 steady.
Yeah, I hold my breath too, even though this is like,
Yeah, but it steadies perfectly. And there's that other as she has to like multitask, and she's pulling it out, and she's like, I come bearing a gift. besides the information, and a request. And I'm going to spend one of your your dark powers strings on you to tempt you.
Okay.
And she pulls out this piece, places it on top, and then the entire tower tumbles in front of you.
Mhm.
But it lands, and it's a magic wand, or like what looks like a magic wand. And it's like, here
Luckily, I
you
have
are.
one right here.
Oh, cool. Very meta.
Yeah.
And like she's like, that is yours. More power for your pleasure. And you can pleasure is dripping with that should be mine.
Right. Something I'm used to. I precariously like pick it up like with just the tips of my fingers because I make sure like I don't 100% trust her, even though technically she can't go against me. Technically,
Mhm.
even though she's skirted around how many times already,
Yeah. And she's
and
like,
I'm like,
oh, go ahead.
and I give like a kind of like an evil smirk, and thinking in my head, finally, like this is like what I've been aspiring towards because this is like our family thing.
Hmm.
So what is the favor?
We need you to. You've seen Carrie, right? The original, not the two Rage one.
Yes, I've seen the original.
We need to make sure that for some reason or another like it looks a bit irritated, like they didn't tell me, they just told me what to say.
Mhm.
Like you need to prank the prom royalty.
Really? Something as basic as that?
Well, the prank part is basic. The additions, I frankly don't know where you're going to get bossless blood this soon, but
I'm
no,
like,
it's this school's a bit too lovey-dovey right now, and you need to submit. If you're not going to be in power, you need to make sure those in power aren't taken seriously, even if it is just social clout in a school. Consider it practice.
and Mikhail like waves the wands purposely too casually, like as if they don't know how to treat a wand, but they know that it's gonna piss her off because
Hmm.
like, oh, I have this and you don't kind of thing. And but what if I do happen to become part of the royalty?
Then no more pranks. Then you have a respect for a while.
Hmm. All right. If I don't become royalty, it makes sense. They'll have to suffer.
And she gives like a genuine smile. It's been a time. And I think like the bell rings again, and again like Mikhail wakes up, but this time instead of Chip standing over him with a athame over you have the wand in your hand.
Okay. I like look I stare at it and then only because I don't want anybody else to find out first, like find out about it. Like slide it under the pillow for just right now because I don't know where I'm gonna have to hide that on my person yet.
Hmm. And the bells are going on. I think this is the first day of class since the weekend. People are complaining. Like Sammy is again up early, putting on her popularity spells. Um,
I double check where Chip is just to make sure he's not trying to like stab anybody else.
I think Chip is standing over Margot, but like no one's worried because what's he going to stab?
Right.
And like it's you're glad he got a bit further this time.
Yeah, I'm like, oh wow, past me and Cisco. Like, I presume Betty is like a heavy sleeper.
Yeah, Betty sleeps like the corpse she resembles. But yeah, and even though time has passed, let's see. I'm not sure I know befouled has not cleared Sylvia because that seems. I want to play with that. Try hard, perhaps I think try hard, incensed, and bully are gone for Margot, Cisco, and Sylvia.
So one thing, befouled's a Cassandra thing, right?
Yes, but she's befouled you in like other people's eyes too. I
Okay.
think. Yeah.
Okay. So I was going to say, I'm not here next week, and she's not here this week, so
Yeah, it's not something that only the harpy can target.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, let me see. Margot, I think like this is the one time. Like, what were your plans last night before you crashed? What were you doing?
Plans last night before. I think she was coring out an apple to make an apple bong. She wanted to test it out in the morning because she's not sure if it will work. She saw it on a TV show.
Yeah, so I think if it's okay with you, like you wake up, like the first bell, like you actually wake up because you only have 10 minutes for the next bell to smoke.
Yes,
And
that makes perfect sense.
And you see Chip standing over you. Zedman is a Bornak.
Just do it.
And he wakes up and he looks down and there's like a bit of sadness. It's like, oh, Zabornak wouldn't want you anyway.
Ow.
No offense. I mean, just
No offense.
You're already dead, and Zabornik likes blood. You don't have blood. Oh, I miss my goat. I was supposed to sacrifice him last week, and they let my brother do it. My brother doesn't even like goats.
Wow.
We all hear this, right?
Yeah, like everyone who's awake hears Chip crying about not being able to sacrifice his pet goat.
Chip, stop crying. It's very early.
Okay, but
If you're gonna sacrifice someone, go into town and find some mortal.
Mikhail just shakes their head and is like, "This is why you have to show dominance over your siblings."
and
If
Chip,
not, if you're just gonna be a whiny crying baby, take it elsewhere.
are you trying to shut him down?
Of course.
Go ahead and roll it.
Well, luckily there's a 6.
Oh gods. And
Come on, stab me, buddy. Although is my gang with me, I guess.
I don't think your gang is with you right now because it's
How
your
dare
dorm.
they betray me like that?
They need to practice their pyramiding. Damn them.
They don't practice. They practice when I say they practice.
I think Chip actually gets a bit angry for once. Like, you don't know what it's like. I mean, all you ever did was come out of a box. You don't even have your best accessories with you. And, I think. I think you gain the condition plastic.
Oh, sweet. I get 2 XP. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, and but Chip is like going back towards his place, and he looks at Mikhail. It's like, we're still on for prom, right? I mean, your sister said you were really into me, and
Mikhail groans and like, "I want to kill her." Well, I already kind of did. Inventor's is really lonely, so like, uh, we we can have a dance.
he looks really kind of like he's thinking about it. It's like, well, I really only know how to twerk.
Of course, you do. Fine. Yeah. We'll do one twerky type of dance at the prom.
Okay, it's a date.
I thought
And
you
then
were going with Cassandra.
And Mikhail just like mysteriously shrugs, like, maybe, maybe not.
Cisco, do you have anything to say with this?
I mean, so I think right now I'm uncharacteristically quiet because I'm like watching all of this go down, and I'm just like, it is so. Why are people even arguing about this? Okay. I think I'm gonna look over to where Margot is and just kind of say, "Hey, okay, you know what? Can we talk at some point? Maybe not when you're gonna. Is that an apple bong?
Hey, you know what they say about breakfast?
It's the most important meal of the day.
Right. And apples are a fruit, which is a breakfast food, and I'm going to get high. Do you want to come along?
Yeah, actually, that I'm kind of curious how that would work.
And Stripe looks at them and like sort of glares and it's like, drugs are so passe. And he like, as he or like, no, weed is so new drugs. And he pulls out this bottle of like Victorian laudanum and chugs it.
I think I'm just gonna like stand up and just go over to Stripe and put my hand on his shoulder and be like, Stripe, that laudanum is getting as old as your insults.
Go for it, Dragon.
Yeah. It's probably gonna go badly, but let's hang on. No, I wanna just maybe if I do that and do that. Cool. And I'll do that. Ah! Highlighting stuff. That's a 3. This is why I don't shut people down. I'm so bad at it.
Oh, I know what happens. You get a text.
Yeah.
It's from Duke. There is a sad puppy dog face. Prue broke up with me yesterday. I need my best bro. Help. Sad puppy dog emoji.
I'm going to text him, give me 5 minutes.
And he's like, he texts back, bro emergency. Now, please. Bone emoji, sad puppy dog emoji. And for some reason, the tent emoji, I think he misclicked.
Oh. And I'm just going to text back 5 minutes is how long it will take me to get there.
And he texts back, oh. And then, okay.
Yeah. Cool. And I'm going to look at Margot and say, okay, we maybe have 5 minutes. So let's test this out.
Oh, come on. That's not. You should go to your bro emergency. This.
Please, I might actually be able to deal with this better if I'm a little high.
Okay, fair. All right, come on.
Okay.
And she'll hustle towards the showers, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, oh gods. And yeah, so you two are leaving to go to the showers real quick. Are you guys just going to smoke? Have the conversation in 5 minutes, or
I think if I have the conversation, I just want to have it on the way.
okay? So, Sylvia, what are you planning to go meet your cheerleaders today? Are you even going to go to class? What is on Sylvia's mind?
Well, of course we have practice, but in class, we all go together because we're like a We are literally the plastics. So
Oh God, no, Mean Girls.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yes,
That's what this game is.
so you're going to go meet your cheerleader friends.
Yep, totally.
Okay.
Sure.
And Mikhail, I think like you notice Cassandra and Sammy talking, and you overhear like enough snippets to know that they're planning to skip school today. Just be out of the no classes.
Right. I think I just send like a text to Cassandra, just like casually, even though I know better. Just like let's meet up later to like because I want to still keep the illusion of it. To match our outfits for the upcoming prom. And
Okay, Slavek said that.
just to keep the yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
guess if he doesn't know what's going on.
no, Slavek told me to play Cassandra if it comes up NPC-ish at all, like he would, because he trusts me. So I think Cassandra just texts back. I think plans have changed,
Really?
and she texts back a broken heart emoji with "sorry, not sorry."
Mm. I don't what emoji would I put? I put like the shrug emoji, like whatever. Like, okay. Like yeah, Miguel's not like even if they weren't warned by their sister, they're not like, like, oh, just super disappointed. So, it's like, okay, whatever. Then turns would go out to find my friend the gossip.
Oh, now this is good. So, oh, what gossip to? Let's see. I think I'll first check in with Cisco and Margot,
Mm.
and then see like what gossip they may have for both Sylvia and like just what gossip may be going around school now. So yeah, you two are walking down the hall. Like it is very empty. This like there are kids going out to go to the showers, and like there are the co-ed showers. There are like the single, like the ones that are just like a single shower in a room have all been taken because like the early birds and prudes get out there real quick. And but you guys make it to one of the co-ed showers, and hmm, I think there already is the smell of marijuana when you're walking in, and you see this like I think like Margot like float like does a bit like that old cartoon thing like the pie smell with like the finger,
Mark,
and
yeah,
but like she like if I can like she lifts up a bit like floats. But yeah, you I think Margot got outdone just a bit because they've somehow holed out an entire pomegranate.
pomegranate. Oh, great idea.
And yeah, the guy looks like and this guy looks kind of skeletal, gaunt. He might be like a ghost like you, but attached to his body. He's like, yeah, Persephone taught me it in camp last year.
Oh, man, I just figured this out on my own.
It's cool. You want some Soul Assassin? And he holds out a baggie of pre-ground Kush.
Yeah, let's do that.
And Cisco, what are you thinking?
I think my literal thoughts are, how soon can this part of the conversation be done so I can like get out what I've been thinking all morning?
Oh yeah. So yeah, like I think you two, like this is a big, like you. Oh, sorry, you want to talk on the way there, and I've set this up a bit too bad. Like I think like, you two, like
Honestly, it's okay.
yeah, I think like there are lockers and stuff, so you can get further away from these people after you've gotten your weed and begin your conversation with each other.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, you wanted to talk colors. I thought we already said blue, so
No,
going
hey,
for
I appreciate that. I just wanted to clear the air because I don't feel like things have gotten less awkward between us.
sorry.
No, it's not you, or maybe not just you. I feel
Oh
like
my god, is this the "it's not you, it's me" speech? Shit, I've seen this on television. I've never had it.
it could be both of us. I'm not just look. I don't. I mean, it would be really cool for the both of us to go together or in a group or something. I don't. You know, I feel like I pressured you earlier, and I don't like that.
Um, I mean, you look so sad. Did you find somebody better?
Margot, what?
Sylvia is like tops now. I could probably get that going on if she has that.
Please, no. Like no. Something about her. Just I'm not. Look, I'm not necessarily saying there's someone better. I'm not saying that you're not already good enough. I'm simply saying that like I don't want you to go with me just because I was sad.
Well, what do you want?
I feel like I've been asked that a lot lately. Like,
I thought you wanted to go with me, and that sounds like what we agreed. Like it sounds pretty okay. As long as
Margot, what do you want?
well, I really like what we have and I don't want to blow it. And yeah, so that's kind of job number one. Also, my unfortunate apple bong, which isn't a pomegranate.
Hey, there's more time in the day. You'll find a pomegranate. Just look, if you don't want to mess this up, then let's not. Let's not mess this up.
Okay.
What do you mean by not messing this up?
We've been friends for a while and it's really great. And I like that. And what if I or you screw something up and then all of a sudden we're not friends and so I don't even have that? That sounds
Okay.
terrible.
Okay. Then I mean, if that's one of the most important things, then let's just focus on that. Let's just you've been one of my best friends and I don't want to lose that.
Good. So good. And then she huddles over the apple and like sparks it up with her little Zippo.
Look, I just want you to be happy.
Well, then take a puff of this before you go talk to Duke.
Okay. I'll take just a big puff. How good is it?
Soul Assassin was created by the rap group Two Live Crew to inspire their lyrics.
Oh no. Yeah, well, I'm gonna take one hit and just kind of go, look, if you want to talk later, we can. I
do want to say this is probably the easiest time to ever prompt a gaze into the abyss roll for either of you if you're high.
You know what? I'll gaze into the abyss because I haven't been, and like I like this is the first time in the sessions that I've actually gotten high.
And what are you gazing into the abyss about? Like, is it Duke? Is it about Margot? Is it about the prom? Like, what is on Cisco's mind?
I think it's a. I think it's both Cisco and or not Cisco. Sorry, it's both Margot and Duke because like Margot's right in front of him right now, but also he's got to deal with Duke, and he's just this can't possibly go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go ahead and roll that just to double check. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm terrible at this. And yet that's an 8.
Okay.
Or no, that's a 7. That's a 7.
Ah, good. Oh, it's too bad. You're one experience away from advancing again.
I know.
I think what you get is this because you're imagining both you and you're trying to get images of both Duke and Margot, right?
Yeah, I mean, and I think it's a subconscious thing. I think my brain is going, all right, let's figure out what's going on with Duke. And because I just got done talking with Margot, that kind of seeps in.
Yeah, I think what you get is this image of you and Margot watching probably The Wire doing while you're doing drugs, weed, cigarettes, alcohol, just like the basic stuff. And outside, it's raining really hard, and you can hear just the. And you see this corgi outside in the rain.
No! Okay, I feel overwhelming sense of guilt, and I'm going to go talk to Duke.
Yeah, I think. Oh, I know how this may work out. So yeah, we're going to cut to Mikhail right now, and Mikhail, I think you've gone out to find Andre, your gossip buddy.
Correct.
And I think you find her. You're outside in one of the gardens on the institute grounds near the school, and you hear this jingling of jewelry, and you turn the corner, and oh, sorry. Before we get to this, let's let Margot gaze.
I was fine with like cutting back. That's fine with me.
Okay, then let's do this. Then cut back. Then
yeah. I just want to put that note so we kind of earmarked it. That's all.
Gotcha. But you see this long neck of Andre has these beautiful necklaces on. One choker that's like a halfway up to the second story, as her head is peeking into like one of the rooms, and she's but like down the bottom, she's like writing things down on or typing things into an iPad notebook.
Right. I think like just for fun, not like to really try. I kind of try to attempt to sneak to read over to see just how well her perspective is, because since her head's technically busy, so I want to be able to lean over to see and how long it takes for her to catch me.
Ooh, do you want to keep your cool to see how much you can get?
Ooh, sure.
Yeah. That would be with cold.
Okay.
Which should be a -1 for you. And what are you afraid might happen? Just getting caught?
I might have to owe her more.
Ooh.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, so with the -1, it's a 6.
Okay, so mark experience and okay, let me check the moves real quick to just enact drastic measures. No. I think what you catch is her typing in, and it's about Chip's Dark Powers Zabornak.
Oh, okay.
But you see that there is a plan for Zabornak to take over the Prom royalty.
Okay. How well do I know about Chip? Like, how often is Chip able to do anything productive for his dark power?
Chip is
Or a constant fuck up?
Chip is not like an infernal as like the playbook, Chip is like the host for Zabornak. Like he's supposed to become Zabornak's physical embodiment on this plane.
Okay.
And like apparently this plan is to get Chip into Prom King and then take over and rule the school as Prom. It's very basic dark
Right.
power plot. Like
Right.
it fits this like cutesy theme.
Yeah. So I was like, I make note of that, but I'm like, I don't think Chip can do it. Like, I
Yeah,
don't.
and then there's like this slide down. You hear like the jingling as the neck and like the sound of like cloth being stretched as the neck comes all the way down, and there's like almost an owl 180 of and it's like Mikhail reading over my shoulder when I'm busy. I
Oh,
respect that.
I'm just trying to keep you on your toes, Andre.
Well, do you have something for me? And I have written in the NPC notes what I think she usually likes. If you want to check that out,
Yeah, let me
with a
double.
picture of her.
Yeah, the picture's really cool. Yeah, so necklaces. So yeah, I think because Mikhail is into having secrets and rumors a lot, they tend to keep like a steady like pocket full of like jewelry. um, so pulls out like a beaded necklace. Um,
Ooh.
yeah,
And
nothing super fancy, but it's really pretty and colorful.
I think like she looks at it, it's like, oh, New Mexican design, very southern New Mexican design. I like the turquoise in it. Oh, okay, yeah, this is excellent. I can wear this.
I'm glad. I think by now I would know your tastes.
Well, you have come quite frequently to me, and I appreciate it. My collection has grown so much. And like she flexes her hand. There's like this ring you gave her, this bracelet you gave her.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
And so Mikhail, like, so was she writing like on a desk or on her lap or
she had an iPad,
she had the iPad? Okay.
and
And she was sitting?
no, she's standing, but like her neck
Oh,
was reaching the
right,
second
right, yeah.
story. Yeah.
I was just trying to figure out how I wanted. So he kind of leans a little forward, like a little like flirtily, and it's like, so with prom coming up so soon, I was wondering what you knew about who might be the real contenders for royalty.
Are you considering king, queen, or the ones who just put themselves under royalty?
And you gonna keep this between us?
Of course. I mean, no one else has your level of taste.
I'm planning for queen, if I can help it.
Mm, you would be beautiful, and if you're keeping the best for yourself, I want to see what you wear. But the top contenders for king right now, it is tied between Outen and Duke. Cisco is getting a lot of votes, but most people are wondering if he's going to go out with Outen or Duke.
Mm.
There's this weird rumor that Cisco was writing, and she pulls up the iPad again, broetry for Duke.
Uh, I mean, Duke, as dumb as he is, it's hard not to hate him.
He's he's cute, but
Yeah.
not in a dateable way. I really want to scratch his head. And it's like the contenders you have for Queen seem to be Sammy, and Renee McIntyre seems to be trying to collect the crown.
Nay, really?
Yeah, it seems ever since she started copying Sylvia's fashion that she considers herself a big contender for this.
Hmm. I might have to talk to her sometime this week.
And the one that's just under royalty is Unity Lovelace. And Unity's not on the NPC list right now. Unity is technically a color out of space who has implanted itself into the bodies of several people. Imagine the queen as a hive mind.
Okay. I don't think I want to mess with Unity, but I play my cards right. Since Renee's copying Sylvia, is Sylvia any chance, or has she messed it up by being too much like Cassandra?
I thought Sylvia would be in the running, but she hasn't signed up yet.
Oh. What do you think? I mean, you know everybody so well. Do you think if she did sign up?
I think she would be in the running. I mean, she is the head cheerleader after all.
Mm,
Who wouldn't want the head cheerleader and the jock to be king queen? It's so cliche.
Cliche.
It's
Yeah.
new again.
I'll have to talk to her. Maybe we could shake things up. But that's for
Indeed.
me, only me and you to know.
Are you maybe turning her on a bit?
Yes. All right. Dice be good to me. And that's rolling with hot, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that'll be a 9.
Okay, and I think she's going to give you a string to not choose an option.
Okay. Sweet. That's perfectly fine with me.
Is there anything else you wanted out of this scene?
No. Just
Okay,
give her a little bit more platitude and then
I think like we see Mikhail walking by, and then like it cuts into the window, and Margot's just like on her second, third bowl. So, do you want to gaze into the abyss now, Margot?
Yes.
And what are you gazing about?
I think she's going to gaze about if she goes to prom with Cisco, will they end up happy afterwards? Here we go.
Ooh.
So here we go. Her dark is a -1. She has no conditions that I think no conditions to apply. So here we go.
Yeah, Cisco has no conditions to.
I just roll boxcars. So that's
Damn. Damn. Oh, you've hinted at wanting to be polyamorous before, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Cisco, what is your opinion on polyamory?
Cisco's okay with it. It's not something that's been addressed with him.
Okay. I think what you see is this like you and Cisco are going to the prom, you're in the matching outfits and everything, and like you guys dance, but it's not under like the slow dance songs. Like you're dancing to the Killer's Mr. Brightside, the Gwen Stefani's Just a Girl kind of thing. It's like, the really energetic, fun dancing. And then Cisco gets a slow dance with Duke, and you get a slow dance with, let me check the NPCs again real quick. You get a slow dance with Betty White, and you two are having fun. Then it goes to the stage, and you see Duke and Cisco being crowned prom royalty, and they kiss. But then the kiss pans back out, and you and Betty are holding cameras, watching them kiss. You're holding Betty's hand, and all four of you are living in the same house together, very happy.
That sounds lovely. Marco's probably drooling and sitting on the shower floor.
Yeah. Yeah, like the guy walks by with the pomegranate. It's like, I should not have offered soul assassin to a ghost. So yeah, and I think we cut to the field, like the athletic field. And do you have names for your 3 cheerleaders, Sylvia, or should I? If you don't, I'm just going to call them Barb, Steph, and Mary.
Okay.
Because these are all names.
I was going to X card no Steph in that, but you got it.
Well, at least there's no Stacy. Yeah, and these are all named after Barbie and her friends. So
Okay.
lovely me. But yeah,
All right.
like they're sort of leading the cheers right now. They move beautifully but rigidly in a bit, and I think Barb turns to see, and if I may, like, are they sort of like they look similar, like different hair colors, like same body type, same kind of
Sure. Totally.
yeah. So it's like one's Steph's a redhead, Barb's blonde, and Mary's brunette. So and you get up to then Barb turns around. Sylvia, nice to see you. Have you come to practice for the pyramid or to maybe help us for the next pep rally? I hear Coach Dimension is really liking what we're bringing.
And who is this?
This is Barb.
Barb. You know that there's no practice without my authorization.
Uh, but we thought if we did this and you would be happy that like we've almost mastered the pyramid. Like you'll still be on top.
Obviously, that is supposed to happen. Golly, geez, what's wrong with you? Have you been smoking that reefer grass of Margot's?
Of course not. That's not the bee's knees at all. I stick with my medicated cigarettes like my doctor prescribes.
Hmm. And then I have them like, all right, show off your pyramid. And when they do, I'm like, Barb, get and like it looks fine, but I'm totally just like trying to put her in her place for how
Mm-hmm.
daring her to start a practice without me.
And are Steph and Mary helping you?
Yeah, totally.
So take 1+1 forward to this.
Sure. Uh, Highlight, curse you. There we go. You roll. All right, yeah. There's a 15.
Oh my god. Well, what option do you choose for your shutdown?
Let's see.
She doesn't have a string on
One
you.
from doesn't have a string. I think she's cowed.
Okay. Definitely she is cowed, and
She's clearly trying to usurp my position, so I had to put an end to that.
yeah.
I learned well from Cassandra.
And I think Steph's even not like she was taking the top position. She wanted to be at the top of the pyramid, and she said your joints were kind of creaky, that you sounded a bit dirty last time.
Did she now?
Mm-hmm. Ever since that you've been hanging out with that Cassandra girl, like, and she points to like some of the jocks, they've been saying you're like loose.
I would never.
And then Mary's like, they said loose screws, Steph. Why? Because why would anyone want to hang around Cassandra? She is noisy, bleating, and boring.
Exactly, and that's why I needed to study her, so we best knew how to ruin the prom.
And I think all the girls are, ruin the prom?
Of course.
And
Watching all of those picture flicks, we see that every year that somebody has to ruin the prom. So let's make sure it's us this year.
then I think Barb trying to regain a bit of her social clout. It's like, yeah, like no cheerleaders even up for prom royalty this year.
It's because the system needs to be brought down. Clearly took the wrong message from Heather's.
No, I don't think you did. And so are you going to start planning and plotting with your...
Totally.
Okay, so how do you want to ruin the prom?
Well, let's we're totally gonna do a cheer circle in which I gaze into the abyss.
Yes.
Because why not? That's the only thing that makes sense. And there's a 6 total. So
I think I know. I think like you guys are getting your cheerleaders
all right.
on, and it's at this time that yeah, I think Cisco, you're walking to the athletics field because that's where Duke said to meet him,
Uh-huh.
and you see these girls like practicing, and then of course it's not Barb, Mary, or Steph, but like some of the others just I think they're caught up in this thing, and it's like they're once you piece together the letters they're spelling out, it's PLOT. That's what we are going. That's how we party. PLOT.
Oh. Oh god. Yeah. I think Cisco's gonna like eye them, and he's just gonna like be really suspicious, but like he's already running late to help Duke, so he's just gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna put a pin in that and find out what the heck that means later.
I'm trying to put you two together, if I may announce the rule.
Oh.
The move I'm doing. You don't see Duke here yet. Maybe he's not arrived, or like the wolf pack is. I think you see Duke, but the wolf pack is around him right now, so it's a bit tenuous to go up to him.
Got it. Thank you for clarifying. In that case, taking the pin out and addressing this right now. So I'm gonna kind of go over to the cheerleaders and be like, hey, so
Oh, are you here to try out? I mean, it's a bit late in the year, but I'm sure you have some skills that could be useful.
And Steph looks over, like sort of pushes her hair back, like, "Are you here to ask one of us out and get a real date instead of that? Is it a living dead girl? Because I mean, she's as useful and useful and popular as a Rob Zombie song these days."
huh, funny you should mention that. I kind of like Rob Zombie.
Who's Rob? Does he know?
His son is running around here somewhere, but no, I actually was just
Older
kind of
man. Jeez, Cisco. I knew you like people, but even going for a student's father, that seems a bit much even for you.
I said I like him, not I'm going to ask him out or I'm interested. But thank you for clarifying. So really,
You're welcome.
I guess I'm. Oh yeah. So what's with the new cheer? Because I'm pretty sure I haven't heard that one before.
Oh, the plot?
Yeah.
Oh, we're plotting to ruin rival school team name inserted here.
Yeah, the academy.
The Academy of Scene Arts.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, just wanted to double check. You
Yeah,
know,
it's a little humdinger of a cheer.
Yeah.
I think you need to keep your cool, Sylvia.
Okay. And I say, I gotta look this up.
It's just
Name what you're afraid of and roll with cold. Huh.
Are you afraid he's going? It seems like you might be afraid he's going to parse together your lying.
I don't really care if he finds out the plot because it's so dumb it'd be funny.
I know.
I really don't know what I'm.
Okay, then let's not push it then to the narrative. So
I like rolling dice though. How the games work. But anyway, as I said, but are you here to try out? We could totally use a base ever since Barb has been messing up the pyramid. Barb.
I'm sorry.
And I know Duke should be by later, and maybe you two could both be the base for us.
I mean, I can't speak for him, but I'd be fine with it.
And like Sylvia totally like walks up to you in like her weird manner, and as like she like just like brazenly is like, and you've got such good strong arms. I think maybe you could show us all a thing or two. That's when
Oh
she
dear
tried to turn you
God.
on.
Oh dear God, this is a nuke tactic.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm just gonna kind of like watch this happening and be like, thanks. I've basically always had these.
So yeah, there's the 13 with the cheerleaders helping.
Okay, so again, a string on them, and you must choose an option, Cisco.
I promise something I think you want, and I say that if you guys really do need a base, I'd be happy to help.
All right then.
Yeah, and I think at this point, like the wolf pack is peeling away from Duke and coming over to the cheerleaders, like like in date pattern Omega as they sweep in for them. But it is at this point that I think Duke is alone near the bleachers, and
I'm just gonna kind of gesture over and go, I'm gonna go check on him.
But you just promised to be our base.
Yeah, and I will, but I'm gonna check on him
But
first.
practice is right now.
Can you give me like 5 minutes?
I suppose.
Thank you.
and so yeah, you hmm. Though you are late, how would Duke react? I think Duke just really is sad and just looks very dejected, and like is checking his phone over and over, and just like looks up. You said 5 minutes.
I know. I kept getting sidetracked, and I didn't want to interrupt the your pack. Like, I'm not part of that. I didn't want to interrupt.
They were just talking about protein powder. They want to get buff before the prom.
I'm gonna sit next to him and just kind of put my hand on his knee and be like,
And he sort of scoots away a little bit. It's like, I don't know. It's all protein powder's fault anyway.
"What do you mean?"
Prudence, we went to lunch and I pulled up my protein shake, and she says that protein powder is made by abusing horses and abusing animals, and if it comes from GNC, it's not going into me, then I might as well just be a druggie.
Duke, you're not a druggie.
I'm a good boy.
Yes.
The only drugs I do are good drugs.
Duke, remember what I said a while ago? You're not a good boy. You're the best boy, okay?
If I'm the best boy, why did Prudence dump me?
Prudence is really different from a lot of us. She's got a judgmental streak.
But why would she ask me out then dump me? Maybe I shouldn't be prom king. Maybe I don't deserve it. Maybe I am just an Omega.
Duke, you're wonderful, okay? You're not you're worth far more than a lot of these people will ever give you credit for.
Can Sylvia insert herself into this conversation?
Oh my. Oh my.
So I'm asking you, Peter.
Yeah.
I'd rather not.
All right.
Okay, and Duke, I don't know if I want to go to prom anymore. Alton make a good king. He's in track. He's a good sports boy.
Duke, you do whatever is going to make you comfortable, okay?
Huh?
You look, you deserve to be happy. You shouldn't just like let other people decide that for you. And if you're gonna, you're already in the running and a lot of people are voting for you, so you just gotta go for it, okay?
But if I don't let other people tell me what I am, they won't tell me I'm a good boy.
Have you ever told me what to do?
And like you can tell he's thinking really hard. This may take a while.
I'm just gonna kind of go. The answer is no, you haven't, and I still think you're a good boy.
Oh. Well, I hope you have fun with Margot.
It's complicated. We're friends, okay?
Oh, so you're going with Sylvia. I just saw you guys talking.
No, I mean, on the one hand, she hasn't asked, and on the other hand, like, no.
But she's so pretty. And she smells like a new toy. I bet if I bit her, she'd squeak.
That's actually going to make me laugh. And I go, Duke, just a quick suggestion: don't try and bite her. I don't know if she'd like that.
I learned as a puppy not to bite things. I'm a
Okay,
good
good.
boy. I remember.
Okay, well, you're a very good boy, and you ask whoever you want to ask. Okay, like don't. You're worth it. Okay.
Wag, 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 wag.
You got something to say? Because your tail seems to be wagging a lot.
And I think he's like, Tails talking for himself. And, it's just the thumping on the bleachers.
Okay, and I'm just gonna kind of like, just kind of scratch him a bit, and I just go, yeah, well, I'd love to talk with your tail sometime.
You like butts too?
Yeah.
You want to roll to turn them on?
Yeah. That is a 10.
Okay, gain a string on Duke. And if you don't mind a belated promise, I think I know what's going to happen in the later scene.
Sure.
Okay. And I want to move off, change this scene, later in the day, maybe lunch with, unless Sylvia wants something to do something else in that scene, or I was wanting to set up a lunch with Sylvia and Margot eating. And because I want, number one, I want to know if Margot eats, what she eats. And, to see these two at lunch, which is like the very conspiratorial place. So yeah, the cafeteria is run by food goblins. They have weird powers. There are things pizza, salad, just basic stuff out there. But there's this special meat and three kind of line where they'll put a tray, a cover on a tray, lift it up, and it'll be your favorite food. And no, Margot, you can't get heroin this way.
But you can eat heroin.
Only if it's a Wonder Woman comic. So yeah, I want to. Does Margot maybe sit with Sylvia? Does Sylvia have her cheerleaders with her?
Of course. Totally.
Oh God, does Margot? Okay, does Margot sit at the popular table, or does the popular table come to Margot?
I think Margot was trying to find Betty White, so maybe that's
Betty White joined the cheerleading team.
Oh God, poor Betty.
She's very good at being on the top. She's very light.
She's very shocking. Yeah, I think Betty just she's new to the team, but she just makes a seat for Margot.
She didn't know what a bad idea that was. Awesome. I love it.
She might have, but anyway.
Margot's.
Hi, Margot.
Hey.
Oh, are you joining us?
Yes, I am joining this table because I wanted to sit by Betty, and she's a member of.
Sit a little close, Barb. Barb, you can move down to the end.
But I always sit
Barb,
here.
you can move down to the end.
Oh God, she's Chanel number 5. Yeah, she does.
Sorry. See you next time.
And Barb just sort of, I think she tries to shoulder check Margot, but goes through her and stumbles a bit.
Margot takes. She has a plate full of green beans. And she just eats them one at a time because you can see it travel down her esophagus and disappear under her clothes. She thinks that's hilarious.
You notice Sylvia's got food in front of her, but she does not eat it.
I like the idea Sylvia has plastic food in front of her, like the stuff that you would put up
I
on
was thinking
display.
that, I still can't eat this, so
it's Instagram food. It looks good. You can't eat it.
So Sylvia, who are you going to the prom with?
Oh, I'm not going with anyone.
Why not?
Why would I? That seems so. I've been watching a lot of picture flicks, and that seems very, as as people say, cliche. So I think I'm going to buck the system and just go on my own.
But you could be the queen.
But we're in America, right?
Could be. Yeah, I'll say it.
And already I've got the cheerleading squad, so I don't really need to be the queen of some silly dance.
And you hear Barb at the end of the table, you tell her.
I think it would be hilarious if you were prom royalty, Sylvia, but if you don't want it, that's fine.
Why would it be funny?
I think it would be funny because you just came out of nowhere and all of a sudden you're royalty. It flies in the face of everybody thinking they have to work their way up in popularity, and here you are, you just show up and nail it.
I suppose, but wouldn't it also be funny if you were prom queen?
Yes.
Because you don't take anything serious, right?
Well, no. Why should I? Huh. Yeah, no.
Maybe you should join us and also not get a date for the prom.
I already have a date. And I smoked a lot of weed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Figured out it's going to be great. Don't worry about me. I'm good. I've got it all figured out.
Do you?
But seriously, why do you act this way? I mean, you seemed a lot nicer when you first showed up, and now you're all...
I've learned a lot from watching Cassandra.
Yeah.
And picture flicks.
And the 80s.
Maybe those aren't the best things to learn from.
Offer her drugs.
Have you ever gotten really high?
You mean smoke a reefer stick?
Yes.
I would never.
Why not?
Because it's just not proper.
Well, neither is not going to prom.
I didn't say I wasn't going.
You actually... I look over at Barb. Barb, back me up here.
No, I said I'm not going with anyone.
Oh, right. The same difference. You have to go with someone. That's the way it works.
Well, you know what? I don't think that's right.
And Betty White chimes in, like, "This call's going stag. You Go by yourself. Maybe find someone there.
Yep. The entire cheerleading team's doing it.
And Betty White like, what? You didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
Aw. That sucks. Wait.
Why does
Okay,
it
so
suck? It's our choice.
what? Oh, sure, but like, what's really going on? Come on.
What do you mean?
None of you are going together. Is this some kind of Lysistrata stuff? Because if so, bravo, but not really. What are you after?
And she's looking at you and like blinking in confusion because I don't know what the words you just said were, so I don't know what any of that means. So
Nice. I don't think I have any strings on you because I was going to.
Yes, you do. You have
Okay, good. Sorry, I will spend a string for you to tell me your terrible plan to tempt you. Not that you need more XP.
so how does this come up in the fiction?
I mean, she's pretty much probing,
Yeah.
like, tell me what your real plan is. Is this some kind of Lysistrata thing, which is a Greek play?
Oh, it's simple. We're gonna like there's that movie Heathers, but we're gonna blow up the prom.
Oh, look at the other cheerleaders just to check in. Are they on board with this?
I think Barb, Steph, and Mary are. The others are looking a bit confused, especially Betty White.
Betty, you'll be fine.
Betty's like, stitching costs a lot. I don't like falling apart.
I tell you what. What if you don't blow up the prom?
Well, that wouldn't be very exciting, now would it?
Well, you could get expelled.
And she's looking around and like, is that so?
Yeah, the other students are like, well, I think one of the cheerleaders Betty White chimes up like, yeah, I mean, we're having the party in Coach Dimension's sister party dimension. It would be murder.
Well, isn't that common in these picture flicks?
In flicks, yeah, this is the real world. We try, like, even vampires have like their cloned blood.
I don't know about that.
I know about that. That's a great response.
You can look. It's simple, Margot. You can either be part of the solution or part of the problem. As like the other three, like four of us, like the ones that are in, all just like turning and look at you with like the creepy doll-like stare.
But I'm usually part of the problem.
Yeah, Margot's too cool to be part of the
I
solution.
think I'm trying to shut you down. So,
Ooh, nice. Shut me down. Shut me down.
6, 7. I got an 8.
Sweet. So,
7 or 9. Shut someone down. Choose one from below, but you also come across poorly. Accurate. And they give you a condition in return. Let's see. Too many windows.
Yeah, I'm giving you the condition of clueless.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well, it's another picture flick.
Yeah.
No, you can watch.
Another advancement.
Good lord.
Do you still have any strings on me? You spent the one.
He has.
So, I'm good.
How did you have 3?
Started with one on you, and then you gave her 2.
When did? Oh yeah.
Because she thought that you're past.
Yeah. Nice. Cool. All right. So then, obviously not that option. That option. Yeah. No, you're gonna get a condition of terrified.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go. I'm done with my green beans. I was probably gonna pick them up later. See ya.
I like all of our heads, because we're plastics, twist as we watch you walk away.
Yeah.
Add the creepiness of it.
And
Yeah,
I
I'm out.
think. Oh, go ahead. You want to?
I'm gonna try to run away.
Yeah, I would say I think they're not making. You don't need to try and run away if they're not trying to stop you. But
But for the funds, let's all get up at the same point, just to
okay, run away.
for the move. If there's a possibility of a move,
Yes.
Run, little Ferris, run.
I rolled a 7, or an 8, and my volatile's a -1, so that's a 7.
So pick what happens.
I will run into something worse.
Oh, and I think I will consider what the worstness is. But I think we're a bit late for our first break. Let's be back at 40 after the hour.
So the game that I finished up this morning was the Hack of Warbirds for Star Wars. And I think as a group, we've decided that we're going to, that if we ever play it again with that kind of idea, we're going to hack Worldwide Wrestling for it. Because that was the most fun part of the game was the like celebrity status, posing for photos and getting sponsorship stuff that you could do in Worldwide Wrestling. So it was pretty funny.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, we're back. I've been thinking on my own. I don't want to take away player agency, but I think I need to X card this plan to blow up Prom. While I do enjoy the Heathers, this is supposed to be a much lighter toned Monster Hearts game. Like,
I need to be foiled.
yeah, the foiling.
I'm not here for Prom, so
Yeah, and it's just sort of the. It brings the wrong. It feels to me like it's the wrong tone for this. This is a very light-hearted Monster Hearts game. More hearts, and in the monsters, less monstrousness. If that's, but just like plans to ruin Prom or to spike the punch to or even like make the setting like a sock hop or like a rock or even like a plan to choose the Prom royalty by making tons of write-ins. That would be fine, but like it feels to me like the violence that's being levied toward it's just a bit too much for me.
okay.
Yeah. Other than that, with the Margot running away, I wanted to. I think I want Margot to run into Mikhail, if that's fine. Not as
That's
the
what I was hoping for.
yeah, not as
actually.
the something worse yet, but
Like,
I want to
Sorry,
know what Mikhail was like. Was Mikhail in the cafeteria at this time? Was Mikhail eating lunch
I was
somewhere?
hoping so. Yeah. Mikhail was eating lunch. I think like usually Mikhail would try to like eat with like a bunch of different people. I think this is like one of the few times that they purposely chose like to be away from people, like still in the cafeteria to eat, but like
Hmm. Like you're outside and like I think I can maybe kill two birds. Like maybe you're near Cracky the Kraken's lake with a bunch of friends. Like you're feeding the you're feeding the ducks and the Kraken maybe eating a duck every now and again.
okay, yeah.
Or
Oh,
the Kraken's playing with the ducks because the Kraken's a nice Kraken. And I think like you're eating and Pebbles is taking their lunch in the lake with the Kraken, sort of defoliating the Kraken and all that nice stuff. But you have your gathering of people there. I think like there are a few people from the Wolf Pack who are displeased that the cheerleaders turned them down for Prom. And at least Stripe. Stripe's under his parasol, like has a black towel under him, like curling up, sipping on these Capri Suns of blood as he's trying to not sparkle in the sun.
nice.
And like, so what have you been? Is there any NPC or person you definitely wanted there when this is being framed, or?
Not for this particular thing, no. Like just
Okay. Yeah, I think you're having this fun conversation. And Margot, how did you run away? Just like a normal human, or maybe like as the ghost kind of thing, like you were just going through walls kind of stuff?
it's totally the like Kitty Pryde phasing through a bunch of walls while
nice.
running.
So I think you phased through one of the pictures that like teleports you to another part of the school, like another classroom, and like it janked up with your dissipation and its powers. So like Margot is falling from the sky and like just goes through everything, like that sort of like she collapses through the ground, her clothes are left on the ground, then she phases back up into her clothes and is like right next to Stripe, and Stripe looks down. How did you do this? What's going on?
Wow. Hey,
Now that's an interesting way to have a strip show.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm creative, if nothing else. I think the cheerleaders are in on the prom to, like, make it terrible, and not by showing up.
Really now. Seems like a lot of people have been having plots about the prom.
Oh, wait, the Dark Power has a string on Margot, too.
Mm-hmm.
The Dark Power is going to tempt you to tempt you to talk Mikhail into becoming prom queen.
You know
If
what could stop them? Mikhail. Stop the cheerleaders from ruining prom is if you took Queen away from them.
I heard none of the cheerleaders, or at least the important ones, were running.
They're not running, they're going for write-in candidacy, so you need to declare for Queen now in order to block them. Right? It only makes sense.
And Stripe just chuckles. Oh, if Mikhail was queen, who? And like he just sort of like sighs, like they wouldn't win. I mean, Alton and I are going to win prom royalty.
Why would anyone consider you, Stripe?
Well, and I think he's a bit. He has the crumb condition still, which is sort of unpopular, and so I think he's just a bit too forward. Well, Cassandra told me I needed to go out with him, and for the longest time, I thought that was just pretty stupid. But I got to talking with him, and he's really nice. And one time I was really thirsty, and he let me feed on him, and unicorn blood. Oh my biased god, it is good.
And it was consensual this time, right?
So consensual. So good.
I'm just double checking what kind of moves. Nah. Mikhail, since that technically was Mikhail's plan anyways, but Mikhail's trying to like play it cool a bit, like not give it out like, oh, that's my plan from the beginning. It's like the thing is Cassandra would never stoop to become prom king. And even if I were to become queen, which shouldn't be too hard, honestly, if that's my competition. Like looking at Stripe.
Stripe looks like I'm not running. He'd be going up against Alton. He's. Oh wait, I'd have to run, wouldn't I? and like the umbrella, like he's thinking the umbrella moves a bit, and glitter, 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 sparkle.
Yeah. Do you have any suggestions, Margot, about a king?
Oh, well, I mean, Duke?
Duke, maybe. I mean, Cisco would be a much better king, I think.
Oh, right, but I don't think Cisco will run hard against Duke. Well, not that way. I mean, maybe
You could convince Cisco.
So you run for queen, he runs for king?
Yeah.
Two of you together?
Yeah.
Running
I mean,
like a power block?
it could work. I mean, obviously, if Cisco's into it.
Oh, he'll be into it. Think Duke maybe could be like your jester.
Yeah, that seems to be more suited to him.
And I think one of the wolf pack chimes in, it's like, but Duke's the best boy.
And
Totally.
he could be the best jester, too.
Best jester.
Would he be the best boy jester?
Yes, if that's what he wants.
We'll gender
Wag,
the
wag, 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 wag.
we'll gender the jester. Just right.
Well, gender, yeah.
So you're into this, Mikhail? This sounds good, right?
Right. Yeah.
Nice. Wow. And
I mean, I'll have your support, so.
But this is easy. Great. Pat you on the shoulder. I'm gonna.
You're going with Cisco, right?
Yes, but like it may be a train. We're still working out the guest list.
Did you ever play Dead Rising? It's going to be like just Frank with a bunch of people.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Nice.
Except with a lot less like smashing.
A lot less or a lot more?
And,
Right.
oh wait, and I do want to point one thing out. Margot, you have slept with Cisco, right? Have you told anyone about it?
Margot has not.
No.
No. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I thought someone. Never mind. Yeah. Oh
It
no,
was
Margot
Cass-
slept with
It was Cassandra.
That's right. Never mind.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, with this, I think one of the sports wolves pulls out a bit of the pills that Margot gave him before, and will offer her, and like the green bean, you see the pill going down her throat and disappearing under the clothes. But is there anything more that you guys want out of this scene before anything happens?
I'm double checking. I realize I have 3 strings on Margot still.
Yeah.
Let me look at the regular moves. Wrong tab.
Lash out physically.
No!
That makes no sense. I think. Oh, wait.
Thank you. Slap.
Ah, yes. The fabled thank you slap.
The thank you slap. Yeah, I'm just looking at the regular moves to see if I want to.
You can use the string to like tempt them at let me check and see what else strings are good for besides boosting your rolls. And I know they can give you a condition, add one to the tempt them to do tempt them to do what you want. That could be it. Margot, you have a condition, don't you?
I do. I got the condition just a minute ago, and I forgot to write it down, didn't I? Crap.
Terrified.
Thank
Oh, yeah,
you. Yeah. Terrified. Thank you.
Would it
Maybe
be obvious to me that she's a little like?
Yes, it's very obvious that she's been she's probably shaking a bit. And, it looks like you can tell this condition is affecting her. I think it's coming from how she's explaining this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it takes Mikhail tries to be all seeing kind of, but sometimes it fails. So I think it took them a minute to realize that Margot's not doing so well right now.
Yeah, maybe you thought it was just coming through the
appearing the way they did.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Mikhail looks at Margot and really looks the kind of assessing what happened.
Well, the cheerleaders kind of freaked me out. They did this Stepford wife thing, and I just need a GTFO, you know.
I mean, they kind of do that often. Was it something? Did they say something?
Well, so you're going to step out for a sec just to say, so the content of we're going to blow up the prom has been
Let's say that they're just going to ruin it. They were going to just make everyone's night miserable somehow.
They would just seem really dead set on trying to ruin prom. And while, with a prank that would be fun, but it seemed a little nefarious, ruin everyone's time. And I don't know, it just got to me. guess I'm a little touchy. I kind of want prom to happen now.
Because you're going with Cisco.
Well, yes. I just got really high and have this great idea, and I want it to happen. That's all.
I see. Is there a way for me to help them get rid of that condition?
Yeah, you're doing it narratively, just help them, and I
Narratively.
think you're
Okay.
doing that. Like
Okay,
you've
yeah.
helped remove the condition terrified.
Oh, sweet.
And
Yeah.
like certain skins, like the dragon can have has a move called resurgence if they take it. Like if you help them do that, you mark experience, they get a string on you. So there are some moves that narratively push this a bit more. But
Yeah.
yeah, you've done a good thing.
Yeah. Overall, like Mikhail cares about the people, like majority of the people.
Yeah, and
And so, I guess just to ensure, like even though Margot said, "Yeah, I'll talk to Cisco," I want to make it like almost like a promise, like to like try and convince Cisco to like.
what you may want to do is cast Ring of Lies on Margot, so she can't lie about why she's asking Cisco to the prom, or uh, hmm. I don't know. Like, you can tempt her. I think to like make sure it's like, do you promise to do this? Tempt.
Yeah, I think like once I know, like, because legit, Mikhail wanted to make sure that she was okay. Once that happens, like back to scheming, like so. Just to we're on the same page because I noticed, not saying you in particular, but some women tend to change their minds on a dime.
Cassandra.
So I just want to make sure you will talk. I mean, obviously it's up to Cisco. If he says no, there's nothing we can do about that. But you'll try your best to convince him.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, don't worry about it. I've got it. It's fine. Yep. He'll be king, queen. Got it. Duke Jester.
Did you want to be anything in the royalty?
I mean,
Do you want?
Harold?
Okay, I want to switch to turn on to say, do you want to be our consort?
Ooh. Is that like a royal consort? Because that could be interesting. I
Yeah.
think maybe go ahead and roll to see.
Let's hope I can do that. 6 plus. I don't think that's enough.
That's a 1.
That's 7 total. Yeah.
Yeah. So you get to have a choice, Marco.
Hold on, looking at sex move.
Oh, you guys done it before. I mean, why not in front of the Kraken?
Oh, right, true. I mean, why wait, right? I should audition.
And Stripe's like, I think Stripe like actually drops his parasol. Like complete stripper glitter. Like no,
Nice.
no, no. Just stands up and walks off in the sun.
Damn, we could have used him as mood lighting.
I know, right?
And I think he's
out of her clothes.
Yeah, I think like some of the wolf pack are just there. It's like and like Pebbles like peers out of the lake, sees like what's going on. It's like, not again. And sinks back into the lake as we fade to black.
Yes. And so does
The
does
dark
the dark power get another one, or did he use the string
I
previous?
use the string on Margot, so the dark power now has 1 string on Mikhail and
Mhm.
1 string on Margot.
So that's 4 on me total, right?
No, 1 string on because you've it spent a string to
Oh,
tempt
that's
you.
right. That's right.
And
Yeah.
you just got rid of it, spent the string on Margot to tempt her, but you just traded another string to Margot by hanky panky.
Okay.
Or smashing, as it's called today.
We have smashing.
Yes.
And you get to now ask Margot a question, either as Mikhail or as Diana. And they can either answer honestly or tell you a joke.
Do I have any questions really? I don't have one. Like,
Maybe.
Are-
What do you feel about? How do you feel about Cisco? Really?
I feel like that's kind of obvious.
Or
Like,
oh no, how do you feel about me?
oh yeah,
Ooh. Ooh.
yeah. I think like curious. Like, is it just sex, or is there
Or is it
anything
just
more?
really good sex?
Yeah, or is it just really good?
Okay, so I think
Because I think it kind of surprises Mikhail a little bit that not that Margot is easy, but like they tend to be like
they end up together.
yeah.
Yeah.
She hasn't really slept around. She's only slept with Mikhail.
Mhm.
Um,
We're leading up to Cisco. I'm prepping
Look,
her.
everyone will figure their sex moves in one fade to black. Don't worry.
Yay!
so Margot's answer is, and you guys tell me if this is too meta, but I think it's interesting. I get the sense that whatever is hurting you loses its hold.
Wouldn't that be a can't I save myself move? Also.
Oh, it would.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, yes.
Hey guys.
Yeah. So yeah. Let me read. Because I know someone marked experience and someone gets a
Oh,
string.
it's my third XP.
Yay! And did you tell
Yeah,
the
you marked
truth,
experience.
Margot?
Yes, it's.
It's
I
a
think,
fourth XP.
oh yeah! Wow, my gosh, this is crazy. I'm like a hollow or something. God, this XP.
Yeah, and this is. And I know what scene I want to frame next. I think, like, if everyone's done with this scene.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
think
Go
but
ahead.
yeah, when Margot tells Mikhail this, I might have to roll for cool because I don't think they kind of expected that like
Go
response.
ahead. Keep your cool. What are you afraid might happen?
That Margot will see Mikhail's vulnerable at being vulnerable. So and have a negative in cool. So let's see how that works.
Miss. I want to see it.
8, 7.
Dang it.
Okay, so
Oh wait. Hold on a sec.
no, you can't.
I can't. Okay, because I'm not rolling against. Okay. All right.
Yeah, there's no way to roll against it, or like there used to be a way to spin strings to lower rolls in Monsters One, which got taken away because there were attrition wars on strings.
Fair enough.
But okay, hard bar. Either you can remain stoic,
Mhm.
but your sister's been watching this entire time,
Ooh.
or you can let Margot in, and the dark power hasn't been watching.
Oh, those are both very good. um I think Margot sees me vulnerable then. But
Yeah.
the dark power doesn't.
Yeah, so the dark power has been doing, but yeah, there was a moment of vulnerability, a true vulnerability in Mikhail. How does Marco react?
Right? You want free, right? Because I'll help you.
It's more complicated than that.
Oh,
You should probably
there's a
go find
whiteboard in there.
Cisco.
We could map it out. I work better with flowcharts.
I'll have a PowerPoint ready by tomorrow.
I think like for like a split second, Mikhail thinks about it, and then like if they're like half like let's say they're like in the middle of like redressing, like Mikhail picks up like their jacket, and then they feel the wand, and then shakes his head. It's like it's all right. I think we should probably at least attend one class today.
And Does anyone want to frame a scene after this? Because I have one that will be at night, if that's okay.
That's
good.
fine with me. Yeah.
At some point, it doesn't need to be before your scene. I'm sorry, Peter. A scene with Betty.
Yeah. I think this will lead into a scene with Betty. It'll be good. Yes.
I figure it'll be answered, but I just was curious about the result of that turn someone on roll from
This
when
is going to be the result.
Got it. Go.
Yeah. So everyone's in the dorm at night. It's about 11 p.m. Curfew's been active for about 2.5 hours. And Cisco, you're at your everyone know you're on the first floor. But Cisco, you're near the window and you hear like pebbles being thrown at it.
Poor
Not
Pebbles.
the golem, but yeah. If Pebbles was thrown at it, it would be a golem in the room.
I'm sorry. That's just a really funny. Boom.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it like on the window?
Yeah, it's coming from the window.
Okay.
And you
I'll open the window and hope that it's not actually Pebbles.
But you pull the curtains back, you open the window, and Duke is like 2 yards away from your window, and he's been throwing rocks like if it was the second-story window instead of like knocking on it.
Okay.
And
I'll open the window and just be like, "What are you doing?"
And Duke smiles and he like snaps his fingers, and like the rest of the wolf pack come out, and Pebbles lumbers out with a boombox between its hands, their hands, and Duke's like, "Hit it!" And they press the song, and some song from a cheesy '80s rom-com comes on, and Duke's like, "Okay, guys," and Duke's like, "Cisco, you've been really nice to me. You've been telling me that I'm a good boy. Not just a good boy, but the best boy. And I know that the best boy deserves the other best boy. Guys," and this huge banner is unraveled by the wolf pack, which says, "Cisco, will you go to prom with me?" And before anything else happens, because it's like a sports banner, several of the werewolf pack burst through it, and Duke's like, "No! I worked for hours!" The wolf pack goes, but Duke looks back, looks like really sad, but he is spinning his string to tempt Cisco to go to the prom with him.
And with that string, oh God, oh God, oh, that's the hardest.
Oh yeah, everyone is in their beds.
Oh, sweet. I will run to the window behind Cisco. Oh, you gotta say yes. You totally gotta say yes.
Wait, what?
We'll go together.
Okay. Oh, and then I'm just like, you know what? Screw it. And I'm like it's a first floor window. I'm just gonna jump out of it.
Step outside.
Mikael needs their sleep, so they're just grumbling and putting the pillow like over their head. Like first double checking that Chip isn't up trying to kill him again, and then like yeah.
No, Chip is not killing anyone. I think Chip is looking out the window like I got asked by a sister in my dream. This is like some romantic shit.
Yeah, and I'm gonna run over to Duke and be like, yes.
And Duke hugs you, and I think he like looks in from the window behind, like has his head on your shoulder. "Hi, Margot."
And I'm actually gonna look at Duke and be like, we should actually talk for a bit about this.
I know the sign was really cool and it got broken, and I'm sorry, but
I'm just gonna kiss him.
I usually about to say instinct, so it was just like, this is good too. Wag, 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 wag.
Yeah.
Oh, and I think since at the kiss, like one of his feet starts stomping.
Oh man. Sorry, I'm just having flashbacks and going, how were we able to keep anything quiet back in the nurse's room?
Plot convenience.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah, and then and I think like Pebbles is like there's like this small bit of seawater coming out of Pebbles' eyes, like this is beautiful.
I think I'm actually going to reach over and high five Pebbles.
Pebble, I think Pebble like leans down, like has like one of the coral outcroppings on their shoulder because they can't drop the boombox to high five you.
I will take that as a consolation, and I am absolutely great with this scene. Also, because I want to see what Margot's like. I want to at least have a point to like discuss all of this, but also like I want to figure out like what Margot's up
But
to.
no, I think while this is happening, you're outside. Betty White wakes up and looks at Margot. It's like, wow, that's really cute.
I know.
Kind of stupid, but like in a sweet way. Like Splenda.
Wait, Splenda's stupid? Oh.
It comes in yellow packets. Who wants yellow packets?
That always remind me of Post-its. Who doesn't love Post-its?
I know, like equal. Who's going to turn down equal?
Okay, fair. Hey, has anybody asked you to prom?
You know, like there's like some sparks on her neck, and it's like, I had been asked, but the cheerleader said I couldn't go, so I broke up with them.
Oh, that sucks. Who was it?
I don't want to say.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And like Stripe pipes up. Come on, I'm not that bad. And Betty throws her pillow at him. Was like, you were a consolation at best.
Margot leans in and whispers into her ear, If you don't mind, if it's kind of a large group, I'd love to take you."
And Betty looks a bit confused. I was like, wait, are you asking me out? Is this like a Groupon scenario? You get better gifts if a lot of people go?
Well, the gift I get is to be with you and Duke and Cisco.
Ooh, roll to turn her on with polyamory.
All right.
And I think she laughs, so take one forward.
Yes!
Because this has been a hilarious scene.
Cool. So with that, I made someone laugh, so that's +1. Her hot is 2, so that's +3, and I rolled an 8. So that is 11.
Take one string on Betty White.
Yeah.
And she's going to promise something she thinks you want. She'll go to the prom with your group.
Hooray!
We definitely need to at least have a quick conversation at some point so I can figure out, like, this is what we're doing. Because, like, I had a split-second realization of, like, is that what you mean? And past that, I'm like, what? I just said yes. It was spur of the moment.
Ooh.
But actually, if that's okay right now, I think, I'm gonna go back into the dorm.
And I think Duke's like looks around. It's like, it's kind of dark out here. Can I
Come on.
Can I sleep at the bottom of your bed?
No.
Oh, okay.
There's room in the bed.
You have bigger beds than we do?
You just have to be really, really close.
Oh!
Oh, man. It is a joy to see you get light bulbs.
I prefer chew toys.
You know what? Whatever you prefer at this point is fantastic.
And he crawls in. He walks into the window with you and just looks. I think he's like going around like shaking hands, being friendly with everyone at this moment. Like, hey, I got a date. That's cool. Vote for me. A vote for Duke is a vote for Cisco. A vote like just all that kind of stuff.
Oh my god. Oh my god. While he's distracted with that, I'm gonna like walk over to Margot and be like, yeah, so that went. What exactly is the plan?
So I got really high,
Yeah.
came up with the best idea.
Okay.
You and I go with
Uh-huh.
Duke and with Betty White, all four of us together. Yeah. And you run for king.
Uh-huh.
But in a twist, Mikhail runs for queen with you to block Cassandra.
Oh.
And Duke's the best boy jester.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I'm into that. But like let me just be clear. Like I want to make sure that like I we're good. We're good. I don't want to make things uncomfortable between us.
This makes me feel really comfortable because we all have each other and we can all have a good time.
Okay. Okay.
How do you feel about it?
I mean, I'm actually really cool with it. To be honest, one of the reasons I was feeling a little awkward is because I was like dealing with feelings for Duke at the same time I was dealing with feelings for you, and it was like, how can I just pick one person? And like, I gotta be really, really honest. Like, I still like him, but I also still like you. Is that okay?
It's totally cool with me. I mean, it's not like I've got to drive to be with just one person and I've got Betty on the side, so I kind of double win.
Yeah, I think a Duke comes over and like plot. Were you guys talking on a bed, talking near a bed, or
So,
standing? Like, yeah,
I mean,
like Duke will probably just flop on Cisco's bed and like look up at both of you, just smiling, all hairy and lovable. Hi, Margot. The Wolfpack loves your stuff.
Nice.
I'm gonna go ahead and scratch him by the ears, and I'm just gonna say, hey, so Margot has a possible suggestion.
How would you like to be the best boy jester?
Jesters are the ones that make people laugh, right?
Make people happy.
Yeah, they make them laugh because they're so good at all of that stuff.
And they're given squeaky balls to juggle?
Yeah, and you don't even have
Sold.
to juggle them. All right. Yeah. All right, then I guess.
That king's scepter looks really hard to chew on too. Even if gold is a soft metal.
Well, what do you think then about me running for it?
You're super handsome. You would be really great with a crown on you.
And I can handle your scepter if you need me to.
Woof 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 woof.
I am like going to side eye Margot because that is the first time I think that you've come on to me.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna be like, did you just?
I told you I'm really happy about this.
For once, I'm not even gonna talk. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Betty White like peers out from behind her cabinet. It's like, I'm pretty chill with this too, yo.
Cool. I know we've kind of been on. We're good.
Any friend of Margot's is a friend with benefits of mine.
Oh, I'm into it.
I'm told I'm very shocking. Spark, spark.
Huh. Well, I've been told. I'm gonna look at Duke and be like, "What have I been told?"
Yeah, I think Duke's just sort of like, Oh no. I know what I think Duke's about to say something and Stripe throws a game of Twister at you all. And like, just do it and get it over with.
Yeah, I'm game if everyone.
Oh god, poor Mikhail.
I mean,
Well, I mean, this is like a prom. Mikhail can get in on this action.
yeah.
Mikhail, for some odd reason, I don't know why it came out this way, but Mikhail does not like Duke so much.
That's awesome. I love it.
He doesn't hate Duke or anything, but
He's
yeah,
not entranced by corgi charms.
Mikhail isn't. I am.
Yeah.
That's
I
fair.
wasn't
You're
speaking
allowed
for
to have.
you, Diana.
You're allowed to have some distance between you and your character.
But yeah, for some odd, I don't know why. But he doesn't hate him. Like it's just like it. I think it bugs him for some reason.
Well, lucky for
popularity thing.
Mikhail, there's enough going on in the so-called game where maybe
Right.
you two just never interact.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I think if it seems like they're about to have like a very precarious orgy on a dorm bed, Mikhail actually might walk out. Not because he's annoyed by it, but it's like that's just too much temptation. One, two, it's just like I actually do want sleep because I have plots.
And I think like you guys are talking the orgy, then like Pebbles walks up, like has to click the boombox off, like tap tap tap.
Okay.
You guys
And
are too
then-
loud about it.
Fine. And then I'm gonna just kind of like look at the group, which is weird to say, and just say later.
It's a date.
That's Peter laughing. Somehow Cisco's like actually chill, which is weird.
Yeah. Well, prom is going to be eventful.
Yeah.
I think Mikhail wanted a scene with let me check the NPC list again.
The other thing I actually wanted to say is that I just remembered, because we said this at the beginning, Mikhail and Cisco haven't really interacted. Like, there's been talk about it, but we
Yeah.
haven't talked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
let's
think we
do
texted. That was about it.
yeah,
right?
let's do a scene between those two the next day. Like maybe after homeroom with Miss Terry and
Because I've got some questions.
hey,
Also
you
put in-
guys
I
go
also
ahead.
put in miscellaneous the image of the dress. That
Ooh, let me go check this out.
Yeah.
Also love that you have that person from Shadowhunters too.
I don't. Someone put that there, and I'm like, that's perfect. I actually
Yeah.
didn't put that there.
I mean, first off, Harry Shum Jr. Second off,
Yes,
it works. It's a great
works.
visual.
because technically he is Latinx because he grew up in Mexico.
Ooh.
Really?
He was born. Yeah, he was born and raised in Mexico.
My
That's
favorite,
incredible.
one of my favorite things is a Tom Segura thing where he's talking to this white guy at a hotel, and like someone comes up to him and he converses with him in Spanish. He's like, "Oh, where'd you learn Spanish? You're white." It's like, "I'm Hispanic. I was raised in a Spanish family." Goes on for a bit. He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna blow your mind. When I was in Mexico City, I went to a Chinese restaurant, and the Asians there spoke Spanish." It's
Yeah, Mexico has the highest population of Japanese outside of Japan.
That is amazing, and I did not know that.
I know that. Go ahead.
Oh no, and Chinese is definitely large enough that there's a type of like chow fun that
Mhm.
is specifically like a Spanish chow fun,
Yeah.
and they spell it slightly different, but that's how popular it is. Like, I don't think a lot of Latinos would realize like this is actually Asian food.
Yeah. I had when I worked at fast food, we had two Asian Mexicans from Mexico, and like we were just people that like I need someone who speaks Spanish, and like this Asian person would come and like, no, I need someone who speaks Spanish, like fluent Spanish. Comes like, oh,
Yeah, it's awesome.
but
Okay, so
yes,
we're in homeroom, right?
like I think it's just after homework. Like you guys have gotten your like ancient history homework, and maybe it's maybe it's even talking about like the empire your dark power was like worshipped at,
Ooh,
perhaps.
yeah.
And Cisco and Mikhail have to have been assigned as study buddies because they sit next to each other normally.
Yeah, this was like a thing planned from the second session, and we've just now been like, hang on, we sit next to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, you two are study buddies on blank empire, and
Yeah, blank. I'm just double checking. How many? I think I lost track. How many strings currently does dark power have on me?
one.
Only one. Ah, I need to raise that.
Yes, you do
I
with your
need to get
wonderful
to my.
powers.
I need to get to my darkest self. um. So yeah. So if like finishing like the chatting at the end of the like, and obviously Mikhail has a little bit more like knowledge about what we're studying, and like, and has been throwing in like little asides like, oh yeah, this also happened, but it's technically not in the textbook, but it seems very plausible. It's like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, like the priestesses used to write poetry to this person. Oh, that's new.
So yeah, Mikhail's just like, because it's the topic of the dark power, like is not quite trying to like start the conversation because they expect Cisco would.
I just muted myself by accident. No, so yeah, I think I am gonna like kind of be like looking down like I'm studying, but I am gonna kind of say like, you really seem to know a lot about this.
I mean, we all gotta have hobbies.
Okay, come on. I know hobbies, and that's like next level. That's like intimate knowledge.
Mikhail looks around to make sure like almost everyone else is like practically left. Like turns. Are these desks or are they like little tables and chairs?
They are. I think they're actually like the college kind of thing, like a table with chair.
Okay. So Mikhail does that whole thing where where they turn around completely and straddle the chair to like face Cisco completely, and
Yeah.
just grins and is like, "Do you really want to know why I know?"
I mean, it was a passing interest before, but you're straddling your chair now, so yes.
Yes, because I'm straddling the chair, or yes, because you actually want to know?
I think the important thing is that I said yes.
I'm just making sure.
Okay, cool. Yes, because I want to know.
Okay. Um, just double checking something. Oh, I don't have any strings on you.
No,
That makes sense.
but I have strings on you.
Yeah, you do. Because I don't want to. Let's see. Hold on. I'm just double checking something. So I think okay. So Mikhail's like, have I know because, and goes into a lower register and leans forward like as much as he can because I sold my sister to them.
Wow. That's harsh.
It's family.
Okay, there's family, which, like, believe me, I know all about. And then there's, like, selling your sister's soul to this?
I mean, it was either me or her.
Right, and usually it's the person making the deal. How did
I'm
you
not
swing that?
stupid.
How did you swing that? Like, that's incredible. And also maybe a little bit stupid, but like I've done stupid things, so
No, stupid is selling your own soul so that you're indebted forever to a dark power. Stupid is not being smart enough to ensure that no one else can sell your soul.
okay. But this still affects you.
Of course. But I'm doing fine.
Is this how Huh. This explains a lot about Chip.
Chip. Yeah, Chip. Good old Chip. He's not so smart.
Yeah, I mean, does he still think that you're gonna go to prom with him?
I just owe him a dance.
Okay, cool. Because that was actually something I wanted to talk about. Talked it over with Margot the other night, and I know that like you sort of
Kind of overheard that conversation. You guys weren't very subtle.
well, we're happy. I'm not
Yes.
really in the yeah, I guess so you want to go for Queen.
Yes.
Okay. Because I just wanted to like get this out in the open because apparently if I somehow end up as king, like it's still a weird thing to think about. Somehow I keep thinking Alton's just gonna come out of nowhere and be like, ta-da!
Out of character, we do know you're dragon, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
everyone like one of the things I haven't really mentioned is that I very much have like that tail that's in my picture.
Okay.
Like I've had kind of this sort of thin tail that's kind of been like I haven't really done much with. It's just kind of been like going back and forth. I've let Duke's tail do more of the talking.
So yeah, Mikhail's like I was thinking the same thing. Mikhail goes, "You're a dragon. Why wouldn't you be king? You're strong, powerful. Everybody likes you genuinely. Who? Why would they want someone weak like a unicorn?"
I try and give everyone the benefit of the doubt. Alton's pretty cool in his own right, even if he's got a whole host of opinions about things that really don't concern me. And apparently, I've heard through the grapevine, they fuck like champs.
I mean, I can too, but that doesn't determine that you're a good royalty. I mean, you can always ask Margot.
Yeah, I mean, I could ask, but like, if we're gonna be prom king and queen, I could find out for myself.
That is true. Did you want
Is
to
that a
practice
turn on
now?
roll?
I was really waiting for you. Yeah, it is absolutely a turn on roll.
Oh, and just an aside, Auten's name, I believe, is Italian for all stallion.
Nice.
That's amazing. All right, and that is a 10.
Sam.
So a string, and you have to pick a choice, Mikhail. And you're alone in a classroom talking about stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, I give myself to you. Like,
And I think Miss Terry saw this
oh,
before
actually,
class. Oh, go ahead.
wait, before I give myself, can I use
A bargain?
Yeah.
Please do.
What the hell? Is it? Sorry. Uncanny Voices, I think.
Yeah, Uncanny Voices is the secret, fear, or strength.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, I will put that string on you for right this second. And what do you want from Cisco? A strength, a fear, or a secret?
I want a secret strength.
Okay. Cisco, what have you not shown us that is a strength? Or what do you feel is a secret strength of Cisco? Like, I would say it from my point of view, my strength from Cisco is that even though he's popular, he cares about the people who look up to him. And he he cares about his image as much as it helps other people.
Yeah. I like that a lot, actually. I mean, if it was a physical strength, I'd be like, he can breathe fire, but it's only because he hasn't shown that. But I think that is a far more accurate thing. That, like, as much as Cisco's like, I don't know why I'm popular, he's like, that doesn't mean I'm not going to wield it to, like, actually bring people up to my level.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, Cisco is like the person, like, he doesn't expect people to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. He will help them with those bootstraps.
Right. So he's a lot like Margot. In Mikhail's minds, like, because Margot wants to help him and save him. So, yeah. So once he gets that, he, like, not that he was gonna really turn Cisco down, but it's like he feels more confident about it. So
Yeah, and I think Miss Terry, like during her usual like foreseeing of the class, like like as this turns around, like there has been like this piece of gum on the ceiling with a condom attached to it, and it drops down like at the perfect time.
right.
And I think, I'm just going to kind of look at it and be like, okay, I'm going to ignore the fact that I'm pretty sure I know how that happened.
And Mikhail's like, oh, perfect. I was just out.
It's like, myrrh flavored. Curse you, Miss Terry.
Like, I'm complaining about the flavor.
No, okay, yes. But and so yeah, we know Mikhail's sex move. This dark power now has a string on Cisco. But Cisco, just to educate Mikhail, do you want to read out your sex move?
Yeah, when you have sex, the person you were with gains a string on you. If they tell someone else, you mark experience.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which is kind of why even in the second session, I was like, yeah, let's do Cassandra. Because I was like, experience. But then I was like, oh, well, we'll see. But yeah, so that happens. Big flowy black veil.
And we're getting close to the end. So is there any scenes that anyone else wants to set up or see happen? Because I think I know what happened to Sylvia and the cheerleaders. I made up Renee McIntyre, the NPC. She is a giant, and in my mind, the giant from the mythology where the giants collect things, like the goose that lays the golden eggs, the claw, the sands of time, those kinds of old myths of huge people guarding stuff. And I think she's collected Sylvia and the cheerleaders as her own personal life-size Barbies.
Oh.
But you got to keep the mint in box for collector's editions.
Oh no! Oh.
I mean, unless anyone has problems with that does feel like objectification. And the only reason I do it is because she did start out as a doll. Otherwise, it would have been a bit too much for me, I think.
I think it's because of the doll action figure thing where it's like, from my own perspective, I'm okay with it. But only because of that. Like, I don't think it's objectification. I think it's at least a way currently to kind of go, gently push
And
them.
I figure eventually they'll get let out, or like there'll be
Yeah,
some knight in shining armor.
and I don't think like they're actually kept in a box because they were out of box originally. I think if they have a few years of like tea parties and
Yeah.
stuff like involved before like some champion climbs the beanstalk and rescues her.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
But Margot, what can happen to Margot?
I had
Unless
kind of an idea.
ooh.
Um, it would be Mikhail and Margot. Now that it's like confirmed, like okay, we're gonna go with this plan and everything. And Margot's been around for quite some time to go dress shopping.
Oh, we gotta go into the Institute's town. Yes.
Can I just tag along and like?
Well,
Can-
I need to impress you with the dress, so yes.
Okay, cool. Sorry, still very much getting over that now gone, not at all actual desperate tag, which I never got, but still not desperate. It all
Yeah,
paid
but no,
off.
all the people in the scene together sounds good because we haven't had that today.
Yeah.
The Institute's is a boarding school, sort of like if you've seen any of those movies with like a city that's behind a wall, kind of like that. But it's in town. Like these are shops that are run by people who are pro monsters, who are pro like very pro everything. This like there is a coffee shop run by an incubus that likes coffee beans a bit likes growing plants a bit too much, but no one really questions why because the coffee's excellent. There is the bar where the potions teacher is constantly experimenting with concoctions. There is the like a small like mini disco for the students to come dance at during the weekends. But I think especially for prom, there is this. They brought in people from like all across the world, like through magical gateways. And there's like this small flea market that's opened up, kind of like Danny the Street style. If you've seen Doom Patrol, just is there. Like it has just appeared, and like you're walking through the institute and like or the institute's towns, and like you guys are talking, and then you kind of notice that things have shifted. It's more lively. There's a lot more voices. People are going around, but you're in like a flea market type place full of interesting foods, interesting clothing, all sorts of stuff. What do you do?
This is my first time in town in a while, and things seem a little different. So, Mikhail, do you know where the dresses might be sold?
I think it's down this way. I don't tend to go out in town much myself. That gives certain people, and they're thinking their sister, a little bit too much chances to do shit.
And
Can I make a suggestion?
yeah,
I would like to go ahead and I think I'm going to use Bring Me the Princess to find the perfect place to shop for prom dresses.
yeah, I think like you've used "Bringing Me the Princess" and like you guys are talking about dresses, and you hear this sibilant voice inside. I hear you're looking for dresses. And this beautiful Nagini woman slithers between the stalls. She has just gorgeous copper skin that melds into a copperhead's snake body at her waist. She has these beautiful, like flowing top on that ends in a dress. I was like, I think I have the perfect outfits for these ladies.
Go on.
Please, this way. And she slithers and does keep an eye out to make sure you're not like waddling to fake slither.
No.
And like, there's this sort of TARDIS building. It looks outside. It's just Mirage's dresses, and like inside it's just like this actual store, like for clothes. Like you could, it looks like you could go like 250 feet in the back, like just dresses everywhere. There's a second story somehow that's not seen outside. This is some
Nice.
definite magic stuff. And Miraja turns and gives this fanged smile. So, what styles are you looking for?
I look at Margot. I'm like, well, those two are going together, so they probably want to match. I need something bold and something that no one would expect.
And like she's definitely sizing you up, and like you can almost see like this like how the TV shows and movies like portray like Sherlock Holmes thinking, or like the internet like coming with like skin tone, burnished bronze, eyes emerald, it's like green, like scratch, emerald green, lips extra pouty. It just like all sorts of like focusing on it. It's like, do you have a specific look, or is this all up to me? Because I have a lovely idea for your body shape.
I'm willing to see what you have, what yours does. I mean, you are the professional.
And oh, beautiful, brilliant, blessed am I. This way. And she will lead you to like, there's like this aisle, it's obviously Indian, inspired Punjabi, Bangladeshi, just different kinds of stuff. Goes by another side, very chipao, very Asian style thing. And she gets to the like Latinx style stuff, and pulls out this gorgeous flowing dress. Like, this is when you have a quinceanera that MTV would want to put on.
And obviously, like, Mikhail's like, wow, this looks really good. But then they have like a moment of like self-doubt because they don't tend to wear what would be considered opposite gender clothing too
Hmm.
often. So they turn to look at the other two like, what do you think? Like,
It's splendid. You would look so good. Obviously, a queen's dress.
I don't know much about this stuff, but it does look pretty fucking majestic.
There's only one way to really know. And she hands the dress over. Try it on.
do you have a fitting room big enough for the three of us?
And this like flying carpet comes over and like a step readies itself for all three of you. Rug will take you where you need to go.
Thank you.
And you step on, the rug takes you to like this it looks like an opulent palace scene. Like there's this big like, it would be a beanbag if it wasn't as opulent as it is. Just a lot of padding for Margot and Cisco to sit on. There's rooms for you to like go inside and dress if you want to, or you can just dress out here because there's lots of mirrors to see how you look.
Okay, is it possible to turn on two people at once?
You generally have to like focus on who you're turning on, but I'm fine with you rolling once and seeing how it turns out for both of them, though, if that's okay. Like,
Okay, yeah.
I like. This seems like a good time for it to be both people.
Okay. I lost the tab. Where are you? There you are. Ooh, plus 1, so that's 12.
Oh, damn. You get a string on both of them, and each one of you choose an option. Do realize Miraja may have an issue with giving yourselves at this moment.
Yeah, probably we shouldn't have sex in the store. Probably.
Yeah.
I do tempt though by like stripping the clothes off to like, oh, I'm just, I want to go try the clothes now kind of thing. But I do tempt.
Margot's eating some popcorn.
Don't know where we got the popcorn. It is just there.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, no.
Dude, you gotta get that.
Who says I
Oh.
haven't?
Maybe you promise to pay for the dress?
Me?
Yeah, either of you.
You know what? I would. Yeah, I'll absolutely promise that. But that doesn't necessarily rule out the other interest.
Look, we'll see what happens later.
Yeah,
The
Yeah,
best
I mean-
orgies are after prom.
right. I mean,
Mm.
Mikael's just happy if it looks like obvious that like they're like, like it's a confidence booster, even if nothing does happen right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a promise of later. Like, once we're out of this store, you should probably not be wearing that dress.
Yeah. And Cisco's like actually like I'm going to pay for it. But I think that's also with the connotation of like, which does mean I can kind of get a say in like, well, maybe don't wear it right off the bat.
Right.
But pay for it. And a plastic guard.
Right.
Yeah, we'll not do it in the store, but
But yeah, and then like I think Mikhail's getting dressed behind the changing room doors for like what little privacy they have, and Cisco's calling up his parents to get some of the hoard shipped to him on credit card.
yeah,
Oh God.
And
And
I think like while I'm getting dressed behind the thing, I go, Margot, maybe there might be something you'd be interested in here.
Oh, yes. Oh, you mean in the store? Sure. And she's looking for something that's blue that would look nice with whatever Cisco's wearing, but she also doesn't want to like horn in on the king queen thing, and something that doesn't stain easily. Probably a good idea.
out of character, I think it's very interesting if Mikhail does go for the red, because then it'd be kind of this nice inverse thing with Cisco ending up going for blue, because there's kind of this weird fire and ice mix going on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I like that.
Yeah, and I kind of like the play off of that. So that's where my brain is.
And Mikael also teases like while Margot's looking, like, I'm pretty sure Cisco would look good in a dress too. But not for this prom.
Yeah, hey, I'd look good in just about anything.
Or nothing.
I mean, I'm not
Are they
gonna
wrong?
say. I'm not. No, they aren't, and I'm not gonna say no to that. But I think I'm also just kind of like still getting used to being super forward in front of Margot. I think I'm getting used to that. Like it's like, oh yeah, I can be a little more confident than I usually am, which is saying something because I'm usually pretty relaxed, confident, and this is like, oh.
Yeah, I think Mikael really loves to like push that, like make it more obvious.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm actually gonna go and find I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember the name of
Miraja.
Miraja. I think I'm gonna find Miraja and see if I can find anything for myself.
Yeah, and I think like at the end, like she has like matching clothes for Margot and Cisco. The dress for Mikhail, like she tabs it up. Mikhail hands over his smog card, and it gets
No, I got it.
it gets scanned in, and Like you can see Mirage is just grinning. He's like, I do love working on commission.
Yeah, that's excellent.
And I think like this, like you three, like walking back to school or like back to a place to go like chat about this, could be like the scene ending with like some upbeat poppy song as the episode ends. If
Yeah.
everyone's fine with that.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I've really got Carly Rae Jepsen's "I really, 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 really like you" thing playing in the background because that's super poppy.
That's
Right.
lovely.
I love
Thank
it.
you for everyone who's joined, everyone who's watched. We will have prom next week, and we will see how
Woo!
that goes. Thank you for my wonderful players too. I'm going to sign off, and we will do debrief.